Sure.
So the discussion is Shehechiyanu, making Shehechiyanu buying new clothes during Sefirah. So this dinner minhag is talking is B'chanach brought down in Shulchan Aruch in Hilchos Sefirah. All the dinner things that you shouldn't do between Pesach and Shavuos, it doesn't mention a thing about buying new clothes or making a Shehechiyanu. It doesn't say anything. So where does it come from? So there's the Maimer Mordechai over there, and Sim Tav Sali Gimel, within between Pesach and Shavuos. He brings that, he says, someone asks him, is there truth to this minhag, this thing of people say you shouldn't make a Shehechiyanu? Or where does it come from? So he personally says he doesn't think it's true, he doesn't do it. But the Maimer Mordechai. He's saying he's earlier. He's often saying the Mishnah brings him down. He's one of the Chashav Achreinim. So he says he doesn't hold the minhag, but he gives some hezbollah where the minhag came from. First Maramachim, he writes, he's asking, someone asked me if is there what to be a cheshish for the minhag not to make a Shehechiyanu. Says from the day I came to my own knowledge, I was not cheshish for this. I did not find it in a single rishon or achrin.
Yeah, statement.
Well, where does it come from?
He's got pretty good company. Huh?
So where's it coming from? So the ein suffix shenishtar v'zeh haminhag mimashe koseh b'shulchan aruch l'kayim asim tav kuf nun aleph. They got the dinim of in Hilchos Tisha B'av, the dinim between Shivas or Tammuz and Tisha B'av. It says that in Sefirah Zayin it says the tivli zar milema Shehechiyanu bein hamitzarim. It says between during the Bein HaMitzarim you should not make a Shehechiyanu. So he says
that's not to this side, even though you can't compare that side.
So since of the piece, he's saying the people that are just like by the Avelis over there.
That's an Avelis and a Beis HaMikdash. It's an Avelis on you. They could take a lot of Avelis and not say Shehechiyanu.
So he said, right? So he says he's not cheshish. He says where does it come from? Probably people made a dimion just like that. But just
shtar would be used like a pretty derogatory term.
What does the shtar mean?
Well, let's ask the question. Let's ask the question the other way around. If this is what he says, so what are the people? But that. No, but the Shulchan Aruch brings about.
No, not during Sefirah Seimer. It talks about it during Bein HaMitzarim. During Hilchos Tisha B'av.
Does anything in Hilchos Sefirah doesn't say anything?
No, it doesn't say anything in Shulchan Aruch about this.
But Shehechiyanu, you know about
either Shehechiyanu or buying new clothes. There's some tough stuff.
But talks about
dancing. Yeah, it talks about dancing, but it doesn't say anything about. So he said people Masama the Dimi came from there. People when just like the Avilos of there, we don't want to make a Shehechiyanu. So too over here, he thinks that's where it came from. And he says when we're
not medamed.
And he says he wants to be mekel. And before some other reasons why he wants to be mekel, let's look into the dinim tav kuf nun now. What's the reason why you can't make a Shehechiyanu during Sefirah Seimer? Where does it come from? So in the second Maramachim, the Shulchan Aruch says, tav kuf nun aleph Sefirah Zayin, toiv li zar milema Shehechiyanu bin hamitzarim apri al malpash. This din is from the Maharil, brings down from Rabbi Yehuda Chassid, from the Sefer Chassidim, that you shouldn't say Shehechiyanu during Bein HaMitzarim on a new pre or a new piece of clothes. It says, Aval pidin haben. What happens if you have a pidin haben and you're api halacha, you're supposed to make you can't push it off, you're supposed to make a Shehechiyanu now. So you saw pidin haben, you shouldn't let it pass. If you have a chance to do the mitzvah now, you shouldn't wait, make the Shehechiyanu now. V'chein bepri shalai yimsa, the Rama as in, v'chein bepri shalai yimsa achar tes ba'av. If you have a good fruit now and you don't make the bracha now, you're going to miss out on making the Shehechiyanu because it's going to go bad. You're not
going to find the same fruit. I'm not going to find the pomegranate.
Either way,
out of those days, out of season.
Either way, whichever way it is, you're not going to. If you don't make a Shehechiyanu now, you're not going to be able to make the Shehechiyanu later. So then it's also.
Even Bein HaMitzarim was not even on this topic.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. The Gemara doesn't know.
And also, you see, so it's not an Isser, right? It's Lashon Shulchan Aruch. It's Tevli Zar Milei Shehechiyanu. You should be careful. So this is during Bein HaMitzarim where it comes from. So the Taz over there, he says he's not asking, but he has an interesting start to be making. He says if the din is that you're allowed to make a Shehechiyanu because you don't want to miss out on it later. So he says, I don't know, how do you know you're still going to be alive by the time Bina Mitzvah is over? You might miss out on the mitzvah. Look at the third Ma'arim Makim. The Taz writes, he said, this reason that we're worried you're going to miss on Bracha Shehechiyanu. So if so, I was like the whole Bina Mitzvah you could be Mekel and make a Shehechiyanu. Why? The Shema Yamus Adam Kaidem Shekainis Vazu. Maybe you're going to pass before you ever kind of mitzvah. Shemati Svara Zay V'Shemer Harav Yosef Kas Mikraka.
Was he joking or serious?
No, it's only a Tevli Zayr. If it's only a Tevli Zayr,
They don't joke around. What do you say?
He brings
it.
I was a jokester.
he brings
They're saying that reason because anything happens. You know?
he brings the raya from
I understand. What's the time?
And here I might lose.
The time said that you can make a bracha on the fruit. That if the fruit is not going to be around
What's the
afterwards.
comparison? This is Mivadai. This is not a
Very
Vadai.
dangerous.
He brings a raya from a taste face. The Taz brings a raya from a
As if
taste
the
face.
mitzvah you're not going to get to a Tevli Zayr.
No,
Tevli Zayr,
no, that's not the Tam Zeh. That's not the Tam
Tevli
Zeh.
Zayr.
That's
The only
wants
one
it-
that says it's us is mitzvah Tevli Zayr.
That's not the Tam
And here's
Zeh.
the Vade mitzvah you might lose. So make the mitzvah, make the bracha.
This is a Vadai. This is not a
Which is the
Vadai.
Vade?
He thinks it's a suffix. You're not going to have the
This is a
fruit.
suffix.
You're not going to have the
Vadai
fruit.
fruit is a Vadai. It's not going to be here tomorrow. That's the problem.
He's saying, there's a vada, you're not going to have it. Whereas over here,
It's a suffix.
it's a
What's-
suffix.
what-
Oh, but the Taz brings a raya from a taste face.
Then you can say it's a Vadai.
Taste face says, like Ave Hilchas Cholamayid, you're not allowed to write on Cholamayid, but things are trying to get to Basin needs to know. You need to write certain things down for them. You're allowed to write it down because there's a davar of it. Because Taka, maybe who says you're going to be around? You're still going to be around after Yom Tov.
That's the
That's ages.
No, I'm saying there's
You forget
Mitzvah
it.
Beres. It might be a
Forget
mitzvah
it.
you're going to forget. You might,
You need to
or
document that. It's very important.
but I think Taisa says the rest of it. You might pass away. Not forget. Who says you're still going
Forget it
to?
also. Forget the details.
See, he wants to bring a dimya, so the Taz wants to say so till here.
What you're asking?
Huh?
It's only Shema.
But he brings knife and Taisus. Taisus, the guy writing a Cholamayid. Taisus brings a svara. Maybe
that's
Shema
good.
Yamas.
But
Taisus brings up the svara. The guy
Yeah,
to
so
write things down
good.
from Basin during Cholamayid. Even though it's not a Shema Yamas, it's considered like a davar of it. You can write. So Taz wants to say maybe over here, same thing. Maybe who says they're still going to be around after Yom Tov? He could also.
That's davar aved. This here's mitzvah simcha.
There's different. I don't see. Okay.
Yeah, but so that's the Taz. So the Maimon Mordechai says, so even though we're machmir, we don't take on this Taz. We talk about make a Shehechiyanu on fruits during Beino Yisradim. But he says, but the frat that first of all, who doesn't even say clear in Hilchos by Lagabe between by Sefirah Eimer doesn't say anything. And you have the Taz who's Mekel, and you have Heschel and Yosef Katz Mikraka, they're both Mekel. So I'll say it's okay during Sefirah Eimer. There's no problem. And another thing you have the Hakel, the girl is chaylik on this whole din. He doesn't like it. He says the whole thing, even being on Mitzarim, he says he doesn't get it. He said, well, what's the problem? He says, well, why can't you make Shehechiyanu? Because you're doing Avelos? He says, Avel himself, B'yem HaMisa is allowed to make a Shehechiyanu.
Yom is stronger than.
Oh, so he brings.
Dinim are stronger.
No, he says the Gemara says that someone's father passes away and he gets a Yerusha. So before he makes a Baruch Dain Anas, and after he makes a Baruch Shehechiyanu because for the Yerusha he just got.
What does that prove? That by the base
says the Aval so he said this is yes. He says the Aval B'yem HaMisa you're allowed to make a Shehechiyanu. He said Aval B'yem HaMisa you're allowed to make a Shehechiyanu. You're telling me during Bein HaMitzarim you can't make a Shehechiyanu?
Yeah.
Okay,
Why?
well the first.
Bein HaMitzarim is stronger.
Okay, so
Why?
hang on.
whole Indian Bein HaMitzarim is available.
What happened, Bein HaMitzarim?
Because it's not so.
The basement was destroyed.
What happened?
The basement was destroyed.
Yeah, but it's so what do we do? We do a
Bein
HaMitzarim. No, what he's saying is
present.
Bein HaMitzarim is not a tzorah individual tzorah. It's a holistic tzorah, so it's much stronger.
Right, so how you bring it out from a personal.
So first, we'll get into all these svaras.
We do all these things. I get it. It's a closed thing. I understand. But we do all these things mishum avelis. But he's saying,
They're
if you
stronger
are
avelis.
How do you know
Let's
Mishum
wake it up,
Zavelis? How do you know? Maybe you're doing his Ishtatzvus with Tzah. He's participating in
it's all
something.
the dinim of avelis. Everything we
It's
do.
all available.
There's stronger Avelis and there's lighter Avelis. There's Shleishim.
So what could be more? So that's what the Rosh saying. What could be more than the day of Nisan?
I don't know.
It doesn't get any better.
So let's see the beer. So we'll get into the Tirutzim soon. Let's see the beer Hagaram. In the fourth Maramaking writes, he says on the Shulchan Aruch, Chumra Yiserahi. He's being too machmir. The Einan Chamurmi Aval Yimamisla. The Beinam isn't any more Chamur than Aval Yimamisla. Vamim Pekaraya Amarli Meitz Aviv Chulu. You may first make a Dain Emes, and then it says you make a Teva Amitiv. The Dafke the Ika Acher Behadi. Dafke is someone else with you. Halavimachi Mevarch Shehechiyanu. But if not for that, if there's no for the Yerusha, you make a bracha on the Yerusha. So if you have other brothers who are splitting Yerusha with you, so you make a teva meitiv, because a lot of people are benefiting. If you don't have any other, if you're not splitting the Yerusha for anyone, it's all going to yourself. So then you make a bracha Shehechiyanu. So
but it's less a simcha if it's split with other people.
It's a different nusach of the bracha.
What?
Take away my money.
No, if I have $1,000 split with 4 people, I have $1 million. If $1 million split with 4 people, I have $1,000 split with 1. Which one?
Didn't get there.
No.
Didn't get there. We have Tzibor having a simcha. It's native. If it's
what's a bigger bracha?
I'm saying that.
I'm not sure it could be a teva meitiv bigger because hateva meitiv. Maybe that's good for me. Meitiv
when your brothers are getting.
I'm not sure which one's bigger.
Also, I think it's more like more than one person is having a simcha together. Then it's the teva meitiv.
It's bigger, more people.
So the pill either way comes out. So that
at least my kasha
so the girl. So I first glance the girl is a starky kasha, and he said he doesn't think you have to be chesed for this whole thing. So it has to be for inference. So I saw on the Eli Rabba, they bring down there's some Hagoy, so I'm not sure from who it is. They want to infer like everyone said before that there's a chilik between Avelos of a Yachid and Avelos of a Rabbin. That Avelos of a Rabbin, therefore it's more Chamer, or it's for the Beis Hamikdash, therefore it's more Chamer. But the
Who tries to bring that down?
What?
Me.
I'm not sure who it was.
We heard your opinion.
Someone wrote Hagoy.
Bring it down.
Not sure the person. I never heard of him before. It's Hagoy on the.
You never heard of me either yet.
I was going to say,
before.
he hasn't published yet. It's but it will be shortly.
Nowadays, anyone can publish, right?
So the Yad Ephraim over there, Ephraim Margolius, he says another chiluk that the din is pidyon ben if you're mechuyev to make a bracha you're allowed to. If you have a chiyuv, you shouldn't be machmas the bracha, you should make it. So you already got the Yerusha al pi halacha, you're mechuyev to make the bracha. So he says you can't be medamed. Over here, the shaila is could you lechatchila go eat a fruit and make yourself mechuyev in it?
The Eibishter gave it to you. He put it in your hands. I think you get more Yerusha than that.
It's Amalei B'yadei. I mean,
Eibishter straight into your hands.
Because it came to you.
Okay.
You go out and seek the buy new clothes.
Yeah.
And become
you're bringing
tired.
yourself to it.
Then you're bringing yourself to it. Or could I...
But the Iker Tirutz is what the Magen Ram says. Magen Ram gives a totally different answer. He says that no, the reason over here you can't make a bracha is not because of Avelos. It's because what's the nuchtzach of the bracha? It's Shehechiyanu v'Yanu Lizman Hazeh. You have a simcha that Eibishter brought you to this day. How can you say that? It's not a good time. The fifth Maramakim, he says, V'tam ha'isr nirali, kivun the hazman ha'huz man pur onius. Since it says it's not a good time during the Bein HaMitzarim, therefore, in the Baruch Shehechiyanu Lizman Hazeh. Therefore, you shouldn't make a bracha.
Eibishter made you get alive, and he did everything good. Then that happened. Now look, you're alive, and Eibishter gave you
let's finish the line. But the reason is not Misham Avelos. The holy Matzinu she'Avel as for the Baruch Shehechiyanu. We never found such an issa that Avel can't make a bracha Shehechiyanu. Elamai, it's a different word that you shouldn't make. It's not happy times. You're going to say Baruch Shehechiyanu v'Yanu Lizman Hazeh. What's the Lizman Hazeh? Grace of Simcha here during these times. It's not the most happiest times.
Yeah, because Shem Shem Varachim, you can always argue.
Who started something?
But it's
you can always argue Shem Shem
Varachim al hara, but it's not. I'm saying it's not. It's a different type of bracha. Shehechiyanu, it's a simcha. Shehechiyanu lizman hazeh. You have a simcha for
that we're alive and we're remembering the punishment, and the Eibush is going to be good and different.
So let me ask a simple question. So 24,000 Talmidim of Akiva died, so we don't say Shehechiyanu, we don't do so many things. 5 years of Holocaust killing 6 million Jews, so maybe we should cancel Shehechiyanu and Godim Chadosh.
But the Shin the monthly in Shir.
The only yeah.
So
just right away, there's an opinion that the Talmidei Chachamim from Akiva passed away. It was the time of Bar Karcha, And since Rabbi Akiva backed up our karka, so the Romans were after him. So according to this opinion, the Romans they killed by his Talmidim died by the sword of the Romans because he backed. I mean, obviously the reasons because they didn't have Asher Saw, but that's how the whole Gezeidah came out. And he also brings out the story with the Akiva they hid in the woods with the donkey, with the tiger garlic. He's the reason they didn't let him into the town because the people in the town knew that the Romans were after him, and if they see that he housed them, they'll all get killed. They all got killed anyhow. And he was the one in the hiding in the woods, and he got saved because of the donkey. Right? It's just a theory, So if you're saying because it's a big dash, it's sort of a connection. I'm just bringing it up.
So that's what the Malach is saying. They don't compare anything else. What
I'm saying is they fought. They were nasty to each other. We are not.
I saw a while ago. I think this is Sikh that I was talking about. No, there was a word that's saying that
We're not nasty.
the Alte, when the Yidden went out of Mitzrayim, how many there Reish Peches Nutzitzis that we had to be Mevar and Gadlus? How many sisters we had to be Mevar Reish Peches? And in Mitzrayim the Yidden were Mevar how many? I forgot. Those
Redu.
Reish Aleph.
It's only Pei-Vav left.
They only pay Vav. So out of Reish Peches, there's only out of 280. Maybe 8. We're Mevar most of it. It's only a little bit. So in a few hundred years, we were Mevar so much, and now it's been like a few thousand years later, and we're still busy with those few 80.
Yeah, because when a glass shatters.
Oh, so the Rebbe says. So I think the Rebbe says this word that it's neshama klolis. Their earlier generations. They were high neshama. They were neshamas klolim, and therefore they were Mevar. Their birurim did a lot more. We're smaller neshamas, we don't do as much. So I think that is the same word. Gabi also, the tzaras back then is a bigger tzara because they were neshama klolim. What now? The later?
No, they compare it to a broken glass. Broken glass, you have big pieces that break. So the two pieces were huge pieces. So it's time to pick that up. We are left with all the little pieces. Those are very hard to clean.
Oh, but those 84 itself are broken up there. Okay. But till now. So
don't get me started. Till now
we were masber. What's the town to be? What's the sort of to be makel? I think the Mishnah brings them down to be makel. But the pill we're talking machmir even by citing our some sites for Amos. Where does it come from? So they take arma koiris in earlier poskim to be machmir. So the Eliyah Rabbah brings down from the Ben Yerucham, where over there he explains why over there he talks about not making Shehechiyanu during Sefirah Eimer. The Rabbeinu Yerucham, one of the Rishim Taka, talks about not making Shehechiyanu during Sefirah Eimer. In the 6th Maramakim, he writes, "Umasha ein oimim zman, yesh eimin lefisha ein kan hanhav le simcha kepidyin sheyavi miklal nefel." There is no simcha. What's the reason we don't make Shehechiyanu during Sefirah Eimer? Because there's no simcha like by pidyin haben. Karach Hadata, I'm not sure what he means by that. There's a Meira Din, and it says in this man of Sefirah Eimer, it says man of Din. The Yedin, the people on the to the people Yedin know the Tamim Nistarim in Kabbalah. Ki Eimer Bami Asa'idin.
Zem Meira Din is what?
So Meira Din. So this man of the Sefirah is made on Din. It's a time of Din, judgment. Because the Eimer Bami Hasa'idin, and the Sa'idim somehow he's not masber. He's not masber so much. Somehow Sa'idim is Din, and it comes from the carbon Sa'idah. It's the same as the carbon Sa'idah, which is Bami Hasa'idin. Ben Yerucham. He was a Talmud. He's a Rishonim. I think he was a Talmud of the Rosh.
So he's a Mekubal Talmud.
Oh, a lot of the Rishonim, the Ramban, a lot of.
A lot of this Sefirah that if you go with this Sefirah, you would, every day of the year you wouldn't be able to make a Shehechiyanu.
Why?
Because the Holocaust. If you want to find bad things that happen, you're not going to ever make a Shehechiyanu. Therefore, you have to make dargis, this and this and this.
So the pale. Some people are mayor that is hard. So the Eliyah Rabbah brings this Rabbeinu Yerucham as a mucker for not making Shehechiyanu. But some people have a tzarchiyun because it's not so clear if he's solely not making Shehechiyanu at all, or is he discussing why do you make a bracha on the mitzvah of Sefirah Eimer? Because on the Hemshech HaDvarim over there, he talks about also other reasons why we make a bracha on the Sefirah Eimer. So it's not so the Eliyah Rabbah understands he's talking about Bechlal, why do we make that shit out? Bechlal, we don't make a Shehechiyanu during Sefirah. But it's not so clear. They've been from the 6 Maramakim. So that's one mucker why we don't make a Shehechiyanu. But now there's a very clear mucker from the Leket Yesher. Leket Yesher was the Talmud of the Tumas Hadeshin, one of the early Ashreinim. So he writes over there, Taka, that he was mekabel from the Tumas Hadeshin not to buy any new clothes during during the Zman HaSefirah. In the 7th Maramakim, it says, "Va'omar shemuter be'ostreich likneis beged chodesh b'lag ba'imur." It says on lag ba'imur you're allowed to buy new clothes. K'dei lahabish l'regel, to have what to wear during Shavuos. U'belag ba'imur atzmei, and on lag ba'imur itself also it's muter lahabish chol davar chodesh. You're allowed to wear all new clothes. Av lahabish afil mitznefes chodesh al pishton, but if not for that, to wear a new thing, even if it's just a new mitznefes. I guess a hat or some sort. He will not be matir during the Zman HaSefirah Eimer. Even if he didn't have a different one to wear, he would not be matir. But shoes, if someone didn't have any other shoes during the Zman HaSefirah, he'll be matir for him to buy other shoes. So a hat, I guess, wasn't such a big tzedek, he wouldn't be matir. But if someone didn't have shoes.
So clothing and shoes, yes, but a hat, no.
Right. So what was this hat for? I'm not sure what they used the hat. What type of mitznefes it was?
Sorry, but that.
Kinira wasn't such
everything no except for shoes, right?
Meaning
Everything,
something which is a big tzedek.
Everything yes, except for hat.
Well, it seems like something which is a big tzedek. Shoes, something which.
No. Only shoes you're allowed in the Eimer.
But what's the reason why is he not wear shoes? It's a big tzedek. If you don't have shoes, so the thing is, the things which are a big tzedek, you could be makel.
Oh, you mean not like when you mean all the whole Eimer.
Socks, underwear, may cost matter. Socks, underwear, may
right. So play a lot of achreinim. So a lot of achreinim and abanim are makel. Someone has there's like a big tzedek. I'm saying for kids in these clothes, you have clothes for them, or like yourself if you don't have shirts. I'm saying if it's a big tzedek. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe a different abanim might have different achreis, but there's room to be makel, and with different abanim are makel, and the sham b'shas tzedek. Like you see in the Lakat Yesha, if you don't have shoes, you're allowed to buy them during Sefirah Eimer. The Rebbe also talks about the minhag that we're takem neig not to make a Shehechiyanu, but on Shabbos and Lag B'Omer we're makel. And the sichos in there when the.
Didn't he say in Hayyim that we don't even on Shabbos?
Is that by being on Mitzvah? No, is that by during Sefirah? That's being on Mitzvah. I think by being on Mitzvah we don't, but during Sefirah Eimer we're more makel. So from this Teres Menachem here, the Rebbe, this came out there when the Rabban in Russian came to visit the Rebbe, Mordechai Eliyahu and what's his name, Shapiro. And when they came in, so they held discussion. So the Rebbe opened up the discussion and said, "No, it says when you see a chavi, you should make a bracha Shehechiyanu if you didn't see him for a long time." So they got the whole discussion. Talk why they didn't do it. So the whole long discussion on Shehechiyanu and brachis. So in the middle, the discussion comes to making Shehechiyanu during Sefirah. So that's the part I brought down over here. And even Maramakim, it's in Tashim and Tes. And so the Rebbe says that Sleinu Noegim Shebimei HaSefirah Im Avarchim Shehechiyanu Al Pri Chodesh B'vad B'Im HaShabbos. Besides for Shabbos B'Lag B'Omer, Omnam Eila HaNoegim Avarch Gam B'Mei HaSefirah. People who are makel, they make brachas also during Sefirah, like the Maimer Mordechai said. B'vad Eilim Noya Mehem Kivin Shenoga B'Kach V'ad Rabba Yamshichu V'Yivarchu. Those people who that's their minhag. Ta'ad Rabba, keep going. You don't have to be machmir. But our minhag,
right? It could be worse.
Exactly.
Our minhag is not to except for Shabbos and also one of the things.
But this is only a pre-chodesh,
not clothing.
But not clothing.
Right.
It will be the same thing.
Clothing would probably be the same, right? Like Beimer, we know.
Most it appears all pre. I
mean, if they were discussing everything, then the Rebbe would have said everything.
We see Shehechiyanu b'chlal.
No. So what's brought up? The question is brought up. If we don't wear new clothes because we don't make a Shehechiyanu, but nowadays we don't make Shehechiyanu because it's not a big deal and we don't make a Shehechiyanu on it. Yeah. So maybe it's a problem. But if you realize, like Yisrael, he doesn't mention a word about Shehechiyanu. He just says you shouldn't buy new clothes. So it's mashma that there's also
buying or wearing.
So by the din of a bein hamitzarim from the Parish Chodesh Av, you're not supposed to buy new clothes. So it's mashma. It could be that the Isra here is not mishum Shehechiyanu. It's also mishum the simcha buying new clothes.
Is it buying or wearing?
Ikar didn't you should make the buying also. Well, pale we don't make a shechina. Then you can make a shechina from when you buy it. Well, pale we are noyeg.
Doesn't go into any detail.
Right, so the pill.
Except for Shabbos
So
and
if there's a tzayra,
What's the
That's
marmot
too
on the bottom?
so if there's packet tzayra, some abanim remakel. If you're running short on clothes, and it's
Oh,
not,
not that, on the other one.
it's not something fancy. It's something
Also, you have to
simple.
have a
Sale going on or something, you can't get it otherwise.
There's other ones.
Yeah,
then it's another other.
Special service like email sales.
Yeah.
Keep the business moving. Imagine you don't sell anything for 2 months.
As a mashkiach, I owned these Pesach hotels for Pesach, so they had a bunch of outlet stores nearby. So the hotel arranged with the outlet stores that they give special coupon sales for all the people there, so they can go shopping during Chol Hamoed. They arrange special sales so people can do their shopping
Smart,
there.
because then otherwise they're not going to be shopping. We're hosting a bunch of people for 7 days. They're going to be a little bored. You want to come shopping?